What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about some crypto news. My God, is Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything breaking out. I said yesterday on the channel that, I thought across the next 4 to 6 weeks, we're going to see a real rally in Bitcoin, potentially anywhere between 40 and 50%. And it seems to have begun last night. The rallies are starting. So let's get into everything. Before I do, as always, I update the spreadsheet. These are the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel, the first 26 coins I held. Had you invested $100 into each of these when I released videos about them and you were still holding all that crypto, you'd be in profit for a little, well, 45.5 grand. This is not what I hold anymore. If you want to see what I hold, you can come check out Copy My Crypto. It's where I share every coin I buy, every coin I sell, how I'm preparing my portfolio in case things turn bearish or bullish, although certainly right now, things look bullish. Yeah, I think, like I said, 40 to 50% breakout across the next 4 to 6 weeks. Things are looking really, really strong. And guys, one thing I keep reiterating, build your list of coins. A crash will come. It's inevitable. It's part and parcel of the life cycle of financial markets. Build your coins that you're excited about for the long term. Then when a bear cycle kicks in, watch how they retrace. Watch how they're hitting their roadmap. Watch if they're building good partnerships. If they're doing all those three things, there's other variables as well, of course. But if they're doing those three things, you've got a crypto that has a hell of a shot of doing something really significant. This is just sensible use of your time, particularly within this market, because we know they break out in bigger ways. I've got a list of coins that I've been building for a few years, and I can't wait for a bear cycle. I love the bear cycle because I can watch what they're doing. And if I think they can break out into 50x, 100x, like I said with Phantom, then I'll be sharing them with Copy My Crypto members. So if you want to know what they are, check the link in the description and have a look. Right, look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin did a solid 5% rally last night, but it was massive. It broke through huge resistance at around 40, basically 45 grand, or the upper echelons of 44 grand. Right now, the crypto market looks so hot. I mean, when you even compare it to every other market on the planet, I mean, crypto is slapping every financial market like Will Smith did for Chris Rock last night. What the hell was that, by the way? What a jackass. He seemed like a right knob. But crypto, FTSE's up like 0.06%, basically negligible. It just makes no difference. But Bitcoin right now looks strong. The entire crypto market is looking strong. Hell, we're even starting to get those same articles in Forbes. They always like the earthquake thing. $10 trillion earthquake. And I've not clicked on the article, but I can tell you just based on the fact that it's the number 10 trillion is that it will be to do with BlackRock. And the fact that BlackRock are getting into crypto, which is something we covered last week on the channel. But when we look at the crypto charts at the moment, particularly with Bitcoin, across the 5-day, we're seeing that there's been that when Stoke is on the rise and the 5-day, and we break through key resistance, along with it being on the rise, it's led to quite regularly 40 to 50% breakouts. So, historically that has been the case. So let's see if that happens once again. But I do believe we're in for a retest of that 60K level in the next sort of 6 weeks for Bitcoin. But we will see, guys, we will see. Now, in other crypto news, obviously, the UST, the Terra stablecoin has obviously been using Bitcoin as a reserve currency. So Hal Finney was received the first ever Bitcoin transaction many years ago, and he actually said that he believes it would end up being a reserve currency. Now, I don't know if he meant banks, but obviously, he's been right because Terraform Labs are using Bitcoin as a reserve for their stablecoin. So again, that's looking pretty damn good for the Terra excuse me, for Terra in general. The stablecoin's looking more secure. But the bigger things that I wanted to look at was Ethereum. So Ethereum's price could very well break past 3,500 as whales increase their holdings of the altcoin, which we know whales do. They take a long-term view of everything. But Ethereum's already at 3,300, and in all likelihood, it's going to, if it can break above 3,400 today, there's some reasonable resistance around 3,400. So then we'd be looking at, a retest of 3,500. I think there's a hell of a shot that by the end of the week, Ethereum is retesting $4,000. So what we know right now with regards to Ethereum is that Ethereum whales now hold 4.3% more of the altcoin supply compared to 2021. They are continuously accumulating, and you can see all these on Etherscan, or you can Google everything, to be fair, with regards to the biggest whale wallets. But ETH supply held by the top 10 has risen to 23.7%. That's staggering. It's staggering. And when we look at Ethereum's spent output profit ratio, what we can see is that right now there's been key levels that we've seen passed, and the ratio is calculated by dividing the realized value by the value at creation, basically at the price at which the asset is sold versus the price at which it was acquired. So when the SOPR crosses 1, then investors are selling their asset profitably. Currently, SOPR is close to the baseline. Proponents believe that at 3,300, the metric could cross 1, indicating low-risk purchases. And then we're probably looking at another sustained rally. Remember, Ethereum has a lot going on right now. I can't be asked to deal with this cookies. So obviously Ethereum's turned into proof of stake. Now, proof of stake only actually changes the algorithm. It doesn't change anything else. Fees are not going to change. But over time, Ethereum will become deflationary. That won't happen immediately, but it will happen. And there's obviously a really growing sentiment in excitement with regards to Ethereum and that transition into proof of stake. Although historically, we've often seen that there's been huge delays in with bigger projects getting stuff done. So I wouldn't be surprised if the June forecast for being fully moved on to proof of stake is delayed till July. Something like that would not surprise me. I sort of expect it. But Ethereum's founders back in Zambia's bid to be Africa's tech hub. No, I said hub. Entrepreneurs in talks with state about business incentives. Zambia are looking to tap into soaring interest in Africa startups. So what we know is that Buterin is interested in this. So Buterin helped create, obviously, Ethereum. He expressed his support in a virtual meeting with Zambian President Hakainde Hichilema. I might be butchering that name again, I apologize. That followed a 2019 visit to the country as a guest, who wanted him to view a new charter city outside of Lusaka. I was impressed by everyone I met's willingness to go and do big things. The talks are a further sign of Africa's recent and burgeoning role as a hotbed for startups. Businesses providing financial services to the continent's millions of unbanked yet online people are attracting the attention of foreign investors, particularly from the US. And African firms raised a record $5 billion in 2021. So again, we're going to see a wave coming for crypto startups potentially within Africa. Now, Africa has been a focal point for a number of crypto projects. We've seen Cardano looking in particular at Africa. I believe Stellar is behind Akon's city that he's trying to build. And part of the reason and part of the sort of big selling point for crypto for a lot of projects, and the big thing that was pushed, was we want to help the unbanked have access to financial services. And that was a real narrative that we've seen over the past decade, and it strengthened in particular around 2017. And that was a real strong narrative being pushed by a number of different crypto projects. And now when you're seeing the ease of access to crypto, the borderlessness of crypto, you can see a continent such as Africa, where there's millions unbanked, could hugely benefit from crypto, and it could be a continent that grows with crypto so well. So it's a really interesting one, and it'll be very fascinating to see which blockchain ends up being sort of the king within Africa, because we know, like I said, Cardano's already got a foothold there. Still has to some degree have a foothold there. Ethereum obviously has some level of foothold there. So it'll be interesting to see which one ends up being the one, or the most present. But yeah, just generally fascinating. In terms of the market at the moment, I think we're looking pretty damn bullish right now. Huge resistance broken for Bitcoin. Was it good, strong resistance broken for Ethereum last week when it broke through 3K. And if we actually look at most of the cryptos around at the moment, many of them have either broken through resistance or are presently tackling key resistance levels. So what Bitcoin does today will obviously influence everything else, but Bitcoin right now, previous lines that we've seen being held for Bitcoin are certainly key levels that we're seeing are, the upper echelons of 47K. So wouldn't be surprised if we see Bitcoin tackling 48K today. Whether or not it can break through is a different matter. But right now, the next 4 to 6 weeks are going to be very, very interesting. But it does feel, and the charts certainly point to, based on history, a breakout is imminent. And a 40 to 50% breakout has been what's happened previously when key lines of resistance have been broke, along with positive momentum and stoke. So there's a lot to be positive about right now. Let's see how the charts do, and let's see how the market does. Obviously, everything is subject to external variables, and if things worsen in Ukraine and Russia, that can have an impact on the market. If leaders say dumb crap like Biden did quite recently, then that can have impacts on the market. So we have to see how that plays out as well. But right now things are looking bullish. So how are you guys feeling about the market right now? Are you feeling positive? Are you hopeful? What do you think is on the horizon for the markets over the next 4 to 6 weeks? Are you thinking that there's a breakout as well? Or are you quietly optimistic? Or are you are you bearish? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, then you'll get an alert whenever I put out a video, guys. And that's it from me today. If you're new to crypto, come check out Copy My Crypto. Or even if you've been in crypto a while, you're not happy with the balance of your portfolio, you're not happy with how you're prepared in case things turn very bearish out of nowhere or very, very bullish out of nowhere. I share with you everything that I'm doing, every coin I buy, every coin I sell, and how I think the market's going to be playing out on a day-to-day basis. So if you want to know that, click the link in the description, guys, and check it out. Yeah, take it easy. Bye-bye.